Gentlemen, the time has come for the ultimate suffering. And, yeah, it's Formula GT time. In the white mobile. I'm already in the car. I don't know why I tried to get in the car again, but, yeah, here we go. So, I can't buy tires for this thing because there's no dealership for it. So we're basically stuck with... Yeah, we're just stuck with it. the way it is. So, here we go. 15 approximately hour and a half long races. Some of them are going to be turbo suck. This one in particular. Let's see what else. This one in particular. This one in particular. This one in particular. And, yeah, wait. Do we actually not go to midfield? Oh. I could have sworn we were going to midfield, but I guess not, so that's a good thing, I guess. There's a, the S's on the midfield are a really weird spot with this car because it'll just literally spin out on you. It's weird how it works, but yeah, that's actually a thing. So, yeah, 15 races, all gonna be pretty anti-fun, but we're gonna try to go through it. I'm gonna bump up the top speed just a hair because the car does max out, especially in the slipstream. But I will hit a brick wall whenever it comes to the drag coefficient on this car, though. I think it's still like 218, 219 miles an hour where you actually top out, so yeah, it doesn't really matter that much, but for slipstream's sake, might as well just bump it up a hair. Camber 1.4, 2.0. Toe 0. Rebound is 5. Yep, rebound is on 5. Alright, let's try this. Oh, I started the race on accident. Oh well. It's still a test, I guess. See how this works. Oh, brakes. Hello. Excuse me. Papaya dude Nando Loris. Oh. Dude thinks I'm Oscar. Okay, well, no spinny thing that time, so... I mean, I was stuck behind Nando Loris there, but... I mean, it does kind of feel better, like, already. Yeah, he was just like, I was just pinned to his front. Just like, he was just pushing me along like that. Not even done with lap 1. Already trying to take me out. Race 1, for that matter. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna take it flat out. Oh? I mean, it wasn't perfect still. I still slid a little bit, but... the rear didn't give up entirely like it did before. And if only I could get that corner right now. That'd be nice. All right, I think we're gonna roll with this. It's especially compared to my first attempt at this race, being behind everybody by lap 3, and now, yeah, I think we're good. Also, yeah, I didn't even touch a differential, but if I need to in the next few races, then I'll start testing that out too, but now, I think this is just fine. Also, I don't remember, can you bring this car into GT Auto to get an oil change? I think GT Auto classifies this as a special car, but at least in the base game, I don't remember. Also, a car wash would be nice too, eventually. Not like it does anything for performance, but it makes the car look shiny. Oh, almost had it. No engine rigidity. Oh, or rigidity. Nice. Yeah. I kind of figured, like, they wouldn't have rigidity wear on these things because there's no dealership for it. And, having to do the Nürburgring 24-hour all over again just to get a fresh one doesn't really seem too ideal. Alright, well, I guess this is the part where, I just, whoop, patiently wait till I lap everybody again. Otherwise, now it's just a, pretty much a 55 lap time trial, as every other race is gonna be. Ah, there we go. Nice little slide into it. What's up, Alex? Nice to see you again. I have been grinding Battlefield 6 like crazy, and probably really unhealthy. It's such a, like, I mean, once all the sweat started appearing on the game, it wasn't as fun anymore, but, like, the first few days, that game is, like, absolute cinema. You shoot an RPG at a helicopter and then it crashes through a building on top of a tank. With a jet just like flying within inches of your head. I've never like got that far into a Battlefield game before. I think like the last time I actually played one was Battlefield 1 beta and Battlefield 4 beta. Oh yeah, I will absolutely destroy COD for sure. What was it, like 730 or 740,000 concurrent players on Steam on release day? I think it was like number 3 or 4 of all time. I don't remember exactly, but it was definitely up there. But yeah, I played so much Battlefield 6, I probably have like 50, maybe 55 hours into it now. But, oh. Okay, there goes my force feedback. It was not supposed to happen. I actually did fix it, believe it or not. But, it turned off anyways. Yeah. All-time peak was 656. I think that was during the beta, though, right? I could have sworn it was like 730,000 on release day. Something around there. And my... Don't know why about this, but every now and then my paddle shifters don't respond either. So I have to, like, double-click to actually get the car to shift. I don't know, Yeah. The simulator has all kinds of, like, weird things going on with it. Every now and then. It just makes it worse whenever you're trying to stream. That sliding right there is also something I have to... I'm pretty sure it's just the way I'm approaching that corner. Just like trying to throw it in there. I probably got another lap or two on these tires. Matter of fact, I haven't even been paying attention to them at all. It looks like they're wearing down nice and even though, which is good. I could probably pit twice and still be in the lead. Also got the chicane nailed down, so shouldn't be a problem anymore. I'm still curious to see how this car is going to drive on the Nürburgring and the Sarth. I'm not looking forward to that at all, but it must be done. Have it on October 12th. Yeah, that was a Sunday, I think, so that would make sense. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I was not looking at my tires. They're gonna be nice and red here in a few seconds. I mean, really, it's still kind of handling fairly decent, but... Okay, as soon as I say that, they fall off instantly. The epic fall off. There's an apex there somewhere. What's your plan in this championship? Basically suffering my way through it, pretty much. I'm, Alright, let me just make sure I have all this right. Yes. I am basically gonna just go with the flow, essentially. I was gonna do, like, 5 races every stream for 3 days in a row, but the way everything's panning out, I might have to just do as many races as I can and then just stop whenever I've had enough, really. I could do 7 races this stream. I don't know, but... And there goes the force feedback again. Oh my god. I think I have an idea. Because I had to switch force feedback types on port 1. but I didn't do it for port 2, which is the fix for the force feedback shutting off in the first place. So let me try that, and we'll see if it does it anymore. I mean, I think it is simulated, but to be honest, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference in the first place, so I don't really think it matters. Especially given our current lead. Yeah, I mean, I could do it like that, but I can't stream next weekend, or next weekend? Yeah, next weekend, because not only is that the deadline, but I also won't be in town during that weekend, so what I would like to do is get this done in 3 days, do the cleanup stream the day after, and then the 24-hour starting on Monday. I can't do the 24-hour over the weekend either, because I'll have some stuff to do then as well, but yeah, it's just going to be like a straight-up marathon run to the end. And I really want to get back to making my other content as well, so it's kind of why I'm like trying to get this done as quick as possible. Just so once it's over, and then I can put all my focus and attention into other stuff. Ironically, it's going to be even more GT4 content, but yeah. And GT7. I'll probably never touch like the base version of the game again after this. So any future GT4 content is most likely going to be Spec 2 and online only. Which I actually haven't touched Spec 2 in quite a while. For no other reason than if I am playing GT4, then I'm either doing this or playing online. Really, there's not a lot for me to do on Spec 2, other than that 200 points challenge, which I stopped months ago, but oh, deadly curb. Yeah, I have a 91-ish%, but it seems low because there's a lot of races I have to go back and actually get a gold trophy on. Mostly championship races. Also traffic. Hello. Book. Book? What's a book? That's payback. Anyway, I kind of lost my entire train of thought. What was I just talking about 15 seconds ago? Oh, percentage. Yeah, so the cleanup stream that I'm always talking about, that's basically me going back to older championship events and getting those gold. There's at least like 20 to 30 races, I think. Most of them are in extreme events, but there's also like a few one-make championships I have to go back to. The 2CV one being one of them. I think the first race I got silver or something. But yeah, I'll basically have to scan through every single event in the game trying to find which ones I didn't gold. I probably should have just done it as I was recording those episodes, but I don't know. It definitely would have saved me a lot of trouble by this time. What's up, Adam? Welcome back. See you as always. Oh, there goes the mouse again. Oh, the car is like infinitely better now. I can actually go through the chicane with a decent amount of confidence. Every now and then it will get just a tiny bit loose, but it's like completely manageable now. Pretty sure like most of that problem was the ride height. Because it was at like 45 and now it's at 65, which is the max. I think the front downforce is helping a little bit too. Yeah, just a combination of crazy downforce and ride height, I think. Because this game kind of does weird things with high downforce, like in the Group C cars especially, the rear wheels will literally clip into the ground, and that's why you hear like all that tire chirping noise going down straights. And that's also why it kills your back tires so fast in those cars. I wonder if lowering downforce in Group C cars would actually mitigate that. My frame rate's like really weird right now. Through my monitor at least. Okay. Bonk the wall. Oh yeah, it absolutely is. It should have been just 10 races for starters, and races probably like half as long. But then again, they decided to throw in two 24-hour races on the same track, except one doesn't have chicanes, woo. Yeah, that better not be a mosquito. And now that I know there's a mosquito in my room, I'm gonna be super anxious about every little hair that moves. I hate those things. Alright, I'm gonna switch to the tryhard cam, just because I drive better in it. The sooner I get these races done, the better, even if it's just like 1 second per lap. That's not helping. Oh my, I forgot to pit again. I'm not even paying attention. 8 laps, not 9. And the tires are worse this time around, too. They just die so fast in these cars, because you're stuck with mediums, and it's just like, meh. Sneaks up on you. Alright. Alright. At least it's the fronts dying first and not the rears. Yeah, Spec 2 has a dealer for this car now, so should be able to buy any tires. I hope that's enough fuel, by the way. I was not paying attention to how much I had. Also, I could try the chase cam, but gonna be by far the worst in this. Alright, we're a third of the way through this. Only 26 minutes down, so this race is only going to be like an hour, 15 minutes-ish. One of the shorter ones by far. These are all like distance-based races, so tracks with higher average speed are going to get done quicker. Which theoretically means that super speedway should be the fastest of all of them, but with the amount of pit stops you'll have to do. Not exactly sure. Yeah, the bumper cam can be weird to a lot of people. I got used to it over time, but It did take a while. I was pretty much forced to switch to it for GT4 Online because it's the only one with a mirror. Hey! Can you point in the right direction, please? Thank you. Yeah, for sure, Monaco's gonna be the worst. Well, Nürburgring is gonna be the worst. I think Monaco's gonna be worse than Le Sarthe, though, I think. That was solid, not gonna lie. Well, I guess the only thing that's left for me to do is race against my own best lap, like every other endurance race. Not gonna lie, now that one of you mention it, I kind of do miss Gran Turismo 3 a little bit. I've been eager to play it. Probably not like an entire run or challenge run of it, but just casually. Like just speed run my way to like the wind and get the 787B. Or just try to see how fast I can get a Formula GT car. Did one of the AI cars glitch out? It's kind of like all by itself. I don't think it actually skipped the pits. I think it... Because, like, the Formula GT cars on this game, sometimes they just stop driving. I think that's what happened. I also want to play GT2 a lot. GT2 and 3. But as far as like content goes for November and December, it's mostly going to be focused on 7, I think, and 4. Where are you, you piece of shit? I saw you. And I had him. I was like inches away. Inches away. And now he's probably going to sneak attack me. There's a mosquito camping in my room. Ugh. That's what I get for opening the windows on a cool night. And it just happens to be in my room, of all places. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't even hit my brakes. Alright, hit this lap. Hit this lap. Hit this lap. Hit this lap. Please. Oh. Where am I going? Ugh. I don't think my brain is fully booted up just yet. Kinda went to bed, like, way too late. I forgot to pit! Ah! What is wrong with me? I was just saying it a minute ago. Dude, like, I'm not even joking, like, something actually might be wrong with my brain compartment, because, like, 2 weeks ago, I was at, like, a job, like, exam test thingamajiggy, and the guy was telling me stuff, like, make sure you do this, make sure you don't do that, and then it just, like, it doesn't register. And I forget what he says, like, 5 seconds after he says it. I think it was a Tsukuba 9-hour. I think it actually broke me. Alright, there we go. Honestly, it wasn't really that bad that time. Jeez. Make sure the mosquito isn't actually on me. No, I actually did not find a truck. There were more races I could have done, but I think I just, like, realized I was spending too much time on that series whenever I could have been doing other things, so it ended up, like, going to the very bottom of my priority list. I'm really not going to have the time to do challenge runs like that, at least not for a while. I mean, we have 20 to 25 hours of rambling to do anyways, so might as well. But, oh, there goes my mouse. But right now, after this series is done, my priority is going to be, like, posting the videos that actually do well. But I don't want it to be like the milquetoast, like, just gameplay GT7 videos, which, yeah, a lot of people do like. They do, sometimes at least, get a solid amount of views, but I kind of want to go, like, a little beyond that, though. Actually start doing some real shit, you know? But it can't be for nothing. Like, I've been around for long enough to understand, like, at least somewhat how YouTube works and what content is a waste of time and what stuff is actually going to pay off. So I'm just going to optimize the time that I spend on here a little bit better. And doing challenge runs, that kills, like, so much time for not, like, a guaranteed outcome. Because, sure, there's, like, a ton of Gran Turismo 4 challenge runs that have done really well on YouTube, but they're all kind of, like, all the ideas are pretty much taken up now. There's, like, not much left to do. Not only that, but there's also, like, there's a lot of smaller channels that actually did their own challenge runs as well, but they never got, like, past 10,000 views. I was getting recommended them, like, a few of them yesterday when I was just looking through my older videos, but actually, well, most of my, well, I guess it depends on what you consider a video essay, but most of my video essay stuff actually did fairly well. Like the Gran Turismo 4 Modern Day one, the one that I titled, like, a BuzzFeed article. This game is from 2004. Here's what it's like today. Like, that's actually one of my best performing videos. Over 500k views. It didn't take that long to make, and I didn't have to bloat it with too much filler. But that one did fairly well. But every other video that's over 100,000 views, most of them are just, like, GT7 gameplay videos, which is, it's whatever. I mean, people clearly watch it, but it doesn't really do good for the channel growth, if that makes sense. People don't stick around for more of that. It's kind of like eye candy for a few seconds, and then they move on with their day. So, yeah. The Spec 2 coverage videos, those did really well as well. But I guess that was, like, bound to happen anyways, because people like GT4 and something new and exciting is coming out for it. People want to know about it, so it kind of made sense why those did well. But whenever I do something like GT7 daily races, for example, number one, I'm not, like, exceptionally good at it, especially compared to other streamers. And I don't have an established audience that's here for that stuff. So it's kind of going to be extremely difficult for me to get into that where I am now. So I'm kind of ruling that out, like, right off the bat, at least until, like, the next game or something. So I just need to figure out, like, what content can I make that's not only semi-original, at least, something that feels like it's my own and not just piggybacking off the other, like, off other channels. What can I make that's not just milquetoast, get a quick view, and, like, fast food style content, essentially. That's kind of what, like, most of my popular videos are. It's fast food content. Nobody sees that, sticks and clicks the subscribe button to stick around to see more. They just see a cool looking game and then they move on with their day. So, whatever I move on to next, it has to be informative or educational, entertaining in a personality way, which I kind of have a milquetoast personality myself, so there's that. Or it has to be like, I don't know, something that's better than the competition. Yeah, I do have a decent like commentary voice, but not like live commentary, of course. I still like stumble over my words quite often. Like I can't if I were to try to like live commentary a race, it would be a disaster. But in terms of like video essay stuff, yeah, I could work around that. It'll still be hard trying to record it and having to cut it up so much, but the voice is kind of there, I guess. Oh, believe me, it happens all the time, especially whenever I'm trying to multitask. It'll happen, like, plenty of times during the stream, believe me. Some days it's worse than others, but it's not like a full-on, like, actual speech impediment stutter type thing. It's just... I'm speaking faster than my brain can register, if that makes sense. Why is this 60 laps? Because torture. Oh yeah, there's always an audience for something. Even like, oh, there's like so many instances of like annoying, like actually annoying voices on like YouTube Shorts or YouTube channels, but the channels just do like so well. It's mostly the channels that make content aimed for younger audiences who speak in that very obnoxious, like, in-your-face type of voice. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. It's all done on purpose. They don't really sound like that in real life. But whenever the camera turns on or whenever the microphone turns on, it's obnoxious. That's one line I will never cross. I can't, like... I would be disappointed in myself if I had to put on that face and put on that voice for a video. I'm talking like whenever Mr. Beast just like screams at the very beginning of the video. I gathered 100 old people versus 100 young people and they're gonna have a tug of war. It's not exactly like that, but you get the point. Also, my apologies for doing that to y'all. But I had to have some sort of example. Yeah, the YouTube influencer voice. Exactly. I probably should have pit, but oh well, it's not too bad yet. Dude, yeah, it's like... It's a weird anomaly, is that the right word? Like... And YouTube's doing nothing about it either. It used to... Actually, well, to be honest, it used to be a whole lot worse. Like, 2016 to 2018, oh my god, there was like a pandemic of cursed children's content on YouTube. It was even showing up in my feed. But do y'all remember? I don't even know if I should explain it. It's that cursed. But H3H3, back when he actually made good videos, he talked about it in a video once. It was Spider-Man and Elsa. Yep, Elsa Gate. You nailed it. That was those are some dark times. I don't see that kind of stuff anymore, probably because I like trained my algorithm to show me stuff that I actually want to watch. Over time, like whenever I see a video that does not interest me at all, or is gonna lead me down a rabbit hole of just cursed shit, I click the three little dots and I click not interested, or I click don't recommend channel. And basically, like, for the past couple years, I've been any kind of like short that I come across with a video that's just like hustle culture or completely AI generated or anything that's just pure slop content, I click don't recommend channel or not interested. So I basically try to train the algorithm to not show me that stuff. It doesn't work 100% of the time. Sometimes it will still like slip through the cracks, but most of my homepage is pretty clear of slop. You'll never fully get rid of it, though. Everybody these days is, I was even getting these videos in my recommendations, like, yesterday, so yesterday, I don't know how it started, but I was starting to get recommended videos of, like, how to make money on YouTube or how to grow a channel, etc., all those. It's the same. Everybody who makes those videos, like, they're the same exact videos. They say the same advice or give out the same formula, which is essentially download somebody else's video, make a short of it, edit it down to where it's like only like 5 to 10% of the original or something. I forgot what the exact words were, of course, but it's basically the same across every single one. It's like, find a podcast or a YouTube, or like a clip from a YouTube video, turn it into a short, throw subtitles on it, do a voiceover, throw some certain sound effects in there, have a hook, have a second hook to keep the viewers engaged. It's all the same, like, shit. And that's like half of shorts nowadays. It's just slop. Content barnacle. But yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm, like, competing against. That's what everybody's competing against. We're competing against the content farms and the bots and AI. Of course, like, there's always going to be, like, an audience that automatically blocks that sort of content from showing up on their feed, like me. But it's never gonna go away. Even if YouTube were to start cracking down on stuff like that, they'll never fully get rid of it. To be honest, I think they should change their monetization policy. Not make it harder for legit channels to get monetized, but put in some kind of system to where once a channel is reviewed for monetization, they're able to tell much better if it's all just AI slop or if it's like unoriginal content. Because to me, it just feels like they're giving monetization to whoever asks for it. And monetization is the #1 reason why there's so much, like, garbage on YouTube, on Facebook, on every platform. And people will watch it too. Especially on Facebook. Facebook boomers. They'll see an AI-generated video of a cat saving, like, a toddler from drowning in the ocean. And they'll believe it's real. and you'll see so many, like, obviously bot comments, but comments of just emoji spam or broken English. It's like actual dead internet. Oh, okay. Nando Loris almost... Yep, almost destroyed me again. Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about before I got into that little rant? Oh, right. So, as far as, like, this channel, there is something that's coming up that I'm actually kind of excited for, and it's going to be semi-different from the usual content, but it does still kind of relate. GTR Festival USA is coming to Texas next month, and I'm trying to get a media pass for it. I doubt it'll happen because my channel's mostly gaming. So if they approve me for a media pass, I'll be shocked, to be honest. But either way, I'm gonna go there, and I'm just gonna film like the entire 3 days, just like film everything. It's basically like all the best GTRs of North America that are gonna be there. I don't know if I'm gonna do like interviews with the owners or anything, but I'm mostly gonna be focused on like cinematic shots and like videos of the drag races. And I'm just gonna see like how that content does on this channel. And I kind of want to just like... Because here's the thing, right? I can't do this forever. At least, like, gaming content. Eventually it's going to run dry. Eventually it's going to get bored. And I'm going to want to, like, pursue bigger and better things. But IRL content, that's something that I can see being able to do, like, more long-term. Not full-time, probably. It might just have to be, like, in relation to whatever other careers or businesses I want to start that revolve around it. But, yeah, eventually I want to transition into, like, more IRL-focused, but still keeping it, like, car-related. I've talked about it, like, in previous Let's Play episodes and streams and stuff, but yeah, that's still, like, on my mind. But if you're doing anything that revolves around cars, it's super expensive, and cars are a terrible investment. So if I were to start collecting stuff, then I wouldn't get my money back. It would just be like a money pit that I'm just burning a hole through my pockets, essentially. So that's more of like a pipe dream type thing. I need to find something to where I can make good content, but not spend so much money making that content, and be able to do it long term. I'm not looking to become like the next Cletus McFarland or Adam LZ or anything. If I do, then sick. If not, oh well. But bare minimum, I would like to just have like a shop, a track car, and like a decent... be able to make a decent living. Whether it be through a YouTube channel or a business related to cars. Like, maybe I open up an RX-7 shop, for example. That's actually like my dream business. I want to do like a... there's this other YouTuber. He used to go by Tommy F. Yeah, but now the channel is called Garage S0. And yeah, there's a lot of controversy about, like, previous drama with another YouTuber in his past and yada yada yada. I don't really care for that, but he knows how to build a nice GTR. He knows how to build a nice Evo. He has, like, a nice Porsches. Like, I've watched his channel for years. I've seen him go from having a couple FD's in his garage at one point. Then he had his first R32 in a small shop. And he basically just worked his way up over the years. And now he has like one of the best GTR resto mod shops in the entire country. And that's kind of what I want to do, but with RX-7s. I want to have like an RX-7 specialty restoration resto mod type shop where FDs, FCs, FBs, even like maybe RX-3s and stuff like that, customers basically bring them into the shop, we restore them, we build them, detail them, etc., and just like have basically one of those kind of shops, but be one of the best in the country. That's like the dream. That's not going to be something that I get to in like less than 5 years though. But something along those lines would be really, really nice. Maybe we'll do, like, not just RX-7s, but we can do, like, RX-7s and EVOs, because that's what I'm into. GTRs are cool, but I'm probably not going to be able to compete in the GTR, like, restoration or modding market. Probably, like, way too oversaturated as it is. All the rich kids are either going to take it to Garage S0 or a Mori factory or HKS or something like that. Hey, FTOs too, yeah. But I don't think there's enough FTO enthusiasts for like a build of that level though, because what a Garage S0 does, you could take like not like a total shitbox car. It has to have like a solid starting point still, but basically you take your GTR in, they do an engine swap or an engine build, they paint the engine bay, they zinc plate all of the hardware, so every little nut and bolt that goes in the engine bay, they remove all those, they get them zinc plated, which is like a nice gold, like not pearlescent, but like, I guess it is kind of, it's like a color shift kind of plating. It looks super nice whenever you have like the whole engine bay done up, but essentially at the end of it, you have like a brand new looking GTR. That's the kind of thing, like, basically bring them back from, not the dead, because if your GTRs are rusted out, then good luck, but they essentially look like they just rolled off the dealer floor with whatever, like, parts you wanted to get on it. So, something like that, but with RX-7s, EVOs, or well, almost anything else. You kind of have to like specialize in one certain thing. You can't do everything. But I want to have like one of those kind of shops in Texas. Well, yeah, but like an FTO enthusiast that's willing to spend 50 grand to make their FTO look brand new. There's a lot of GTR guys that will put that kind of money down to have something like that done. And I believe there's going to be RX-7 guys that will be willing to do that as well, because RX-7s, the value of those has been really high for years. So I'm pretty sure there will be a market for that, especially since a lot of RX-7s, they need engine rebuilds. They need the vacuum lines for the sequential turbos. People call it the rat's nest, but those actually crack over time, and you have to do like complete rebuilds of that too, which only like a couple, well, I wouldn't say a couple, but you'd have to know exactly what you're doing to fix something like that. And that's usually like what causes everybody to either get rid of the sequential turbos in general or just swap to an LS engine, which is sacrilege. And plus, I'll be able to look at RX-7s all day. That's the best part. But stuff like this that I'm talking about, like, at least until you get the business side of things rolling outside of YouTube and having, like, actual customers, I'm talking, like, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to get to that starting point. That's going to have to be something that I build up over YouTube over time. Not only just posting videos, but posting the right kind of videos that actually do well. So, that's kind of like the ultimate dream right now. Not so realistic. Especially, like, considering what's going to happen with the economy and, like, emissions regulations, all this other shit in the next 5 to 10 years. Nobody knows. But whenever it comes to stuff like that, you can't just, like, say no to everything you want to do just because of, like, what if, you know? Sometimes you just gotta go for it. So there's gonna be, like, a lot of strategy in my channel over the next, like, couple years, trying to just set myself up for something like that in the future. Even if I don't get all the way to that point in a reasonable time, anything that allows me to make more IRL content would be better. Yeah, AI is never going to be able to replace, like, certain kinds of videos, and, well, gaming content, it might take a little bit of a hit, but not a full hit, and IRL videos, like build videos of cars or vlogs or track videos or whatever does good these days. Oh, wow. That hasn't happened in a while. But stuff like that, I don't think AI and all this other bullshit is gonna really affect it that much. But eventually, like, the younger audience that is watching AI slop these days, they're probably gonna keep watching it, to be honest, and I say the younger audience, but boomers watch it as well. It's kind of like on both ends of the threshold that watch AI, but everybody in the middle is either, like, disgusted by it or just don't really care, I guess. But yeah. I think the worst thing for me to do right now would be to, like, stop YouTube entirely and just, like, try to get, like, a job in software development or some shit, because that's what AI is going to kill entirely, like, first. If you're a software developer or a coder of any kind, your days are probably numbered. So that's probably, like, the worst thing I could get into right now. Anything that, any kind of career or job, whether it's entertainment or, like, a business, if it involves hands-on work, you're probably not gonna be replaced anytime soon. But you could be getting replaced by some of the guys that are losing their job to AI. So there's that. Oh, alright, I tried to go into the pits, but I was too late. You know what? I agree. I have a really bad procrastination problem as well. But I mean, I've always had procrastination issues. AI is kind of like a new thing, a new threat. You know, I'd probably be like well over 100,000 videos. Pfft, hopefully not. I'd probably be well over 100,000 subscribers right now if, to be honest, one, if I ditched this series entirely whenever GT7 came out. Two, whenever I started if I just capitalize on GT7 more than I did, like streaming daily races like couple times a week, getting into like being one of the top news channels wherever it comes to GT7, etc. Like, if I would have locked in on the content that actually grows channels a little bit more, then I'd probably be well over 100K by now. But I'm not, so... And I didn't. Most of those things I didn't do, it's because I just didn't want to do it. Not because I didn't think it was a bad idea or whatever. So, yeah. That's kind of like... So I've said this a million times, but I started YouTube technically way back in 2012. It wasn't racing game content back then. It was... My first video ever was a Minecraft video recorded on Bandicam at like 10 FPS. So, yeah. Unfortunately, like, a lot of my earlier videos don't exist anymore, but... It started out on Minecraft and Call of Duty back then. And I did that for a couple years. And then in 2016, I believe, I started a car vlog channel. That one got to like 600 subscribers after a year or so. And then I stopped doing that. And then... I'm actually kind of losing track of which channels... Or which. My Desperate for Views channel, which is like my general gaming channel that I don't really post on that much. I started that one in 2019 or 18, I think. But at that point, I wasn't vlogging anymore, and I got back into Call of Duty for a little bit. And then I started posting Minecraft, and then I think that was the last thing I did before I started this one. So, this channel, even though it technically started around... Oh... COVID era 2020. Bonk. Okay, yep. I don't think I've actually spun out here yet. But this channel I started in 2020, technically. As far as, like, consistent uploading and stuff. But it was the first one to not only pass 1,000 subscribers and get monetized, but also, like, I got, like, real opportunities along the way. Like, with Thrustmaster and Next Level Racing, going to the GTWS events. And I, like, whenever I first started, like, it was all about this series. I didn't think it was gonna, like, get anywhere, like, success-wise or whatever. It was just, like, a COVID boredom thing. And then I just started experimenting and uploading different kinds of videos. Videos that I knew, like, did well on other channels. So it wasn't really an original idea at all. But it worked over time, and, yeah. I don't even know where I was going with this, really, but... Now that I know that there is, like... It's not... Sim racing, in general, racing game content, it's not the best niche. Especially, like, if you're looking to, like, do really, really well. But there is something there. It's definitely something. But the best potential by far is, like, IRL type content. I believe, like, everybody watches IRL content, but only some people watch, like, gaming or streams and stuff like that. Okay. Alrighty, well. Twice in less than a lap. So yeah, I've kind of been goofing around. I guess, like, my point to everything is ever since 2012, like, most of those years I spent goofing around, there was, like, maybe 6 months or so when I was, like, serious with YouTube, which was, like, the start of GT7 once I realized, like, there's actually something to this. And then eventually I just got bored. I think I cared about it a little too much, and then I just said, fuck it. But now I'm kind of like, that spark's kind of like reigniting a little bit. Your niche in sim racing is not being bald, boring, and British. You know, there are definitely a lot of Brits in the sim racing scene, especially on YouTube, that's for sure. It's like 80% of the channels, Brits. I rarely see, like, American sim racing YouTube channels. I don't know why, but it just be like that. Yeah, like, even... I would just say, like, YouTube in general, like... I see, like, so many... Especially when it comes to, like, the gaming niche in general, like, the entire thing. There's so many, like, Brits. But whenever it comes to, like, IRL streamers, like, it's really weird. Like, streamers... There's way more Americans, at least to me, it feels like. But YouTubers, it feels like there's way more Brits. I don't know. I'm hoping at some point, like, so... I actually don't live that far away from, like, a big... I'm talking gargantuan Bitcoin data center. It's basically a big Bitcoin, like, mine farm. It's ridiculous. It's like an absolute stain on the landscape. The whole area looks like shit. It sounds very loud and very obnoxious, but it exists. There's a big Bitcoin mining operation a couple counties away from me. And they have, like, transmission lines out the wazoo, like, all feeding into that one place. And they have an entire, like, lake right next to it as a cooling pond. Like, just... I can't imagine, like, the amount of power that sucks up off the grid. It's not their own power. They're not producing their own power. They're feeding off the grid. And it's just like a big Bitcoin mining operation. Massive warehouses. And you walk up to it, and you just hear this dreadful noise. And, like... I'm hoping at some point, not only power companies, but also, like, government regulation starts to crack down on that shit, because they are using way too much power. And now our bills are going up because of it. I don't get it. But yeah, I hate the idea of AI. I don't like it. It has its place in certain things, but people are just using AI to make everything. They're using it for their jobs. They're using it for their content. It's just like... I hope something's done about it soon, because it can't keep going on like this. You can't keep getting away with it. Also, the race is over. Yay. There we go. 14 to go. AI is good for memes. Like, guerrilla vlogs and... I don't know, like, funny, like, trail cam photos and shit like that. But that's it. That's all it's ever good for.